Good afternoon. It is Saturday, April 19th, 2025, and this is video number 7 for the fitness weight loss journey. Well, phase 1 is weight loss. Phase 2 will come later, and that'll just be trying to get big. You'll notice that I've got the controller mic right here. I think that the audio quality might be better if I do this. I also think it's kind of funny. So yeah, we're just gonna do it for this episode. We're gonna see how it goes. So the first thing I'm gonna talk about is, so this week, unlike last week, was a good week. The numbers actually came down this time. I'm down not just from the last week weigh-in of 183. I'm down from 2 weeks ago. This morning I weighed in at 180.2. I'm really, really close to my halfway point of about 178, and that's about halfway from 200 to 155. I'm pretty excited. I'm basically at about 20 pounds of weight loss in 4 months. In fact, April 19th. This actually marks the 4th month since I've been keeping track. So like December, right? So, from December 19th, January 19th, February 19th, March 19th, April 19th. So it's been pretty good. By the standards that I've been seeing, kind of reading online, it seems like about a pound a week is good, healthy weight loss. I'm a little bit above that. I'm at like 20 pounds in 16 weeks. So that doesn't seem like a big concern at all. In the beginning, I probably lost some water weight. I probably lost, it was a little bit easier to lose fat just because I had more of it. So I kind of expect it to even out going forward, about a pound a week. So it's been pretty good. I would say that it's been a good week. It's a very in stark contrast to the last week. The next thing I want to talk about is, so I've got a really not interesting at all, to be honest with you, body composition graph right here. It's just not really all that interesting because I only have kind of data points for 2 days. I have the data point that I took on the 6th and then the one on the 19th. I'm going to kind of start recording this a little bit more often now. I'm going to also start doing it weekly. I want to see just kind of how it changes over time. I think that it's basically impossible to tell the actual difference in proportion. It looks like the same graph, right? But it's a little bit different. The fat content has gone down a little bit. The muscle content has gone up a little bit. The water content has shifted a little bit, and so on. The scale does output this bone actual weight for the bone density that it's measuring, or the amount of bones that it's measuring in actual weight in pounds. But I'm actually more interested in the body weight percentage that comes from the bone. So all of this kind of thing here, this graph here, it's going to be a percentage over time sort of deal. And I think that individually these things do not add up to 100, right? So obviously 24 plus 55 plus 41 plus 4 is more than 100. But we're just going to kind of normalize it. I think that the scale is probably including, it's probably doing some kind of fat or muscle measurement. And it's, obviously you have water in your fat, your muscles, and your bones. You got water everywhere. So it's probably a little bit inaccurate from that perspective. So yeah, the body composition will be a more recurring theme on the channel. I want to track it over time. I think it'll be really interesting. I'm especially interested to see how it's going to change when I get down to 155. I unfortunately do expect this kind of muscle percentage to start stagnating at some point because I expect to start losing muscle. So the fat's probably going to be the fat's going to keep coming down, but the muscle's going to also start coming down a little bit at some point, which will be sad, but hey, it is what it is. The final thing that I want to talk about is so in support of my wife, who I love, hi honey, I love you. She's decided that she's going to try doing 1 meal a day. And I will be doing this as well. I actually think this is a pretty good idea. It kind of goes along with intermittent fasting concepts of you have basically a very strict time window of eating. I think it really helps regulate your food. You probably don't even need to count calories that much if you're literally eating 1 meal a day or doing I guess it would be doing intermittent fasting. But I'm going to continue doing that, especially because I'm going to do 1 meal a day modified. So I want to make sure that I'm getting protein doses throughout the day. So I'm planning on basically starting every morning. So between, breakfast and lunchtime-ish, probably closer to the breakfast time-ish, I generally will be having a cup of milk, literally a cup of milk, and protein powder and a cup of water. So it's like, 2 cups of liquid, 1 cup of the protein powder. It's about 300 calories. It's like a good amount of protein. It's like 40 grams of protein or something. And I want to just make sure that I'm kind of dosing myself with protein throughout the day, just so it's circulating throughout my bloodstream and my muscles actually have things to work with, rather than my body being like, oh, it's been, I need energy, and instead of taking it from muscles, it'll hopefully just take the protein in my bloodstream, and then it'll release, the fat will get released from my fatty tissue and all that other good stuff. So yeah, pretty good check-in. I'd say I'm pretty optimistic going forward. I'm really glad I took last week to kind of still make this video, well, last week's video, still kind of keep on target, reorient, readjust, and just kind of refocus. Yeah, expect more content.